Our movie news shared a really interesting little topic of discussion on social media today, talking about Superman and, well, how good it actually has to be. Now, I've talked about this quite a few times on my channel, whether it's a live show or in videos that I post on my channel, but sometimes I think people don't gather all of it. And I wanted to just put out there a video of just really saying, how good does Superman actually have to be? Now, I get it. Film is subjective. It is 100% subjective. It's really important to understand that there's a lot of people right now talking in comparison that Superman has to be better than Man of Steel. We need to see Superman do better than what Man of Steel did. We need box office to be better, or David Cornsweet needs to be a better Superman than Henry Cavill, or the suit needs to be better than this suit, or this needs to be better than that. But in reality, when you sit back and you take a look at the entirety of what we're getting, does it really need to be better? I don't think it really does. Now, as I said, our movie news states this. He says, for me, it has to be as good, if not better, than what it is replacing. If it can't do that, then the reboot should have never happened and Man of Steel 2 should have been made instead. I obviously responded, and my sentiment is this, because for me, and again, it is all subjective. It really is. But when you get down to it, for me, Man of Steel is the quintessential Superman movie. It is my favorite comic book movie. That film blew me away. And to this day, I could sit down and watch it and watch it and watch it, and I adore that film. I love it. But looking at this, looking at pictures for Superman, I'm excited. I can't wait to see this movie. Does that mean that it's going to surpass Man of Steel for me? Maybe. I hope so. Because then that means I have two awesome Superman movies to always go back and watch. But if it doesn't, what damage does it do? Nothing really. Now let's not forget, he sits here and says it has to be good, if not better, than what it is replacing. Man of Steel made just under $700 million at the box office, and it was a very highly divisive film. The general audience was very divided on whether it was a good movie or not. However, you had a very loyal fan base with it. If it was just as good as Man of Steel, if Superman ends up being just as good as Man of Steel, then you're stuck with another divisive film, and we go down the same rabbit hole that we went down in 2013, 14, 15, 16 that we did with the DCEU. And we don't want to do that. However, if it's good in its own right, if it is an exciting DC film, if it is a great or good Superman movie that excites the fans, that the fans enjoy watching, that wants them or has them asking for more, then it's done its job. That is the point of a movie. That is the point of this movie. I've said this many times, and I know other pundits have said it, other YouTubers have said it, other podcasters have said it. This movie is an investment for the larger, grander DCU. This isn't simply a movie that says, this movie needs to make $1 billion or else. This movie is, let's get as many butts in the seats as we can to showcase that this new universe is here, and this is what it's going to be like. That is what this movie is about. Again, you're obviously going to have people that want to compare, but is it really fair? See, I have a very different approach to this because of my love for Henry Cavill's Superman, Man of Steel, and what Zack Snyder created, as well as my excitement for James Gunn and what he's making with Superman. See, for me, I love both things. I'm excited about this and I loved what came before. But you have the people that are either one or the other. Because I won't deny, there are people that just want to see what James Gunn has and couldn't care less what Zack Snyder did. And then you have the people that love what Snyder did and only want what Snyder has done and only want to see that continue and couldn't care less what James Gunn is doing. And when you're on both or either one of those sides, well, then you're going to be a little jaded about how you look at things. And for me, the comparison and sitting there comparing the two makes no sense. I did a video talking about how there's some people who sit there and try to talk about how Man of Steel, if with inflation, made this much money, and with inflation, Batman vs. Superman made this much money. But the people who say that don't look at the intricacies of how the trends of movies are and how the movie-going experience has changed and how the audience has changed. So, sure, inflation shows that. But if you take Man of Steel and release it today, would it make that much money today? I am betting not. Now, let's take a look at what we're getting. We're getting a brand new universe. The suit looks different. It's a different artistic vision. It's a new approach to this whole idea of a DC universe. And because of that, yes, people, well, they're a little concerned that it's not going to live up to what their expectations are. We're in a different time in 2025. In 2009, when Iron Man and Incredible Hulk, and then we had Thor, and then we had Captain America, all those movies were coming out back then, 2009, 10, 11, 12, all that stuff, the first wave of Avenger films, nobody knew what to expect. So when those things were coming out, people were like, yeah, let's go. This is fun. This is exciting. Who would have ever thought that we were going to get this kind of stuff? But come 2013, when Man of Steel came out, well, the expectation was, hey, we want good comic book movies. And it didn't land with the general audience. Since then, the audience's attention span, the audience's desires and wants have shifted once again. And in 2025, what they want is not the same as what they wanted in 2013. It's not the same as what they wanted in 2009, 2010. It's not even what they wanted in 2020. So James Gunn is approaching it with an understanding of that and how he thinks the audience is going to react and how they would want a superhero Superman movie today. Now, again, there's people out there who are stuck on the Snyderverse. You have the people that are stuck on even the Christopher Reeve stuff. You have people that are stuck on Smallville. When it comes to Superman, you have the people who are just stuck on certain things. I myself, I love what Cavill brought. But you sit there and you think about all of the different iterations of Superman. I don't think any Superman has ever missed. So why should we sit here and think that David Cornsweet is going to miss? Why should we sit here and think that this movie is going to miss? Because James Gunn is doing it? Well, that's kind of ridiculous because he's proven that he is a top-notch director, that he is a top-notch writer. Whether you like him or not, those are the facts. Box office shows it, and Hollywood, the actors who have worked with him, show it all the time. They talk about how great of a director he is to work with and how much fun it is to work with his material. So you sit there and you step back a little bit. The comparing, we get back to the comparing. Is it really necessary to compare Superman to Man of Steel? It's going to happen regardless. But don't you think going into this movie with an open mind, with a hope that this movie is going to be awesome, understanding that it may not live up to your love for Cavill or for Christopher Reeve, but with an understanding that this is another artist's vision, that this artist is putting to screen something that should resonate with the fans of 2025, not the fans of 2013, not the fans of 1978. but the fans of 2025. That is what's important to look at. Because you sit back and you start to realize, different artist, different time. This could actually be a lot of fun. Brand new universe. And you take a look at these shots here. That's Superman. But his suit is too loose. Really? When has a suit ever made or broken a superhero movie? Never. Not even the bat nipples back in the 90s ruined those movies. It wasn't the bat nipples that ruined those films. So, relax a little bit. Enjoy the ride. Speculate. Have fun. So much is coming from DC. There's no need to compare. Why compare? Enjoy the ride. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. I want to know what you guys think. Are you excited about Superman? Are you not? And why not? Why are you? I want to know. Let me know in the comments below. And, make sure you stick around because we got a live show coming up this Thursday called The Watchtower where we talk all about DC. So make sure you come back and check us out there. With all that said, I'll catch you all later.